What is the magnetic force on a current carrying conductor? We know the magnetic force due to a point charge is given by F is equal to Q into V cross B. This force is also called the Lorentz force. Consider a rod of length L. Area of cross section of the rod is equal to A. Here you have to take uniform area of cross section. Suppose N is equal to the number density of the mobile charge carrier, and here suppose say we take the electrons are the mobile charge carriers. Number density means the charge per unit volume. Then the total number of mobile charge carriers or electrons will be equal to the number density of charge carrier multiplied by the volume. Volume is nothing but the product of area into length. So the total number of mobile charge carrier will be equal to N into A into L. Suppose we allow a steady current I flowing through the conductor, and we let us assume that each mobile carrier has an average drift velocity Vd. So in the presence of an external magnetic field V, the force on this carrier will be equal to F, that is equal to NAL into Q Vd cross B. But NQVd, this is equal to the current density, and we have discussed about this current density, how J is equal to NQVd in the drift velocity video. If we multiply current density with the area, then it will give you current. So NQVd into A, this will be equal to current I. So F can be written as J into AL cross B. So if you write the magnetic force on a current carrying conductor in terms of the current density J, then you will write F equal to J into AL cross B. But if you write the magnetic force on a current carrying conductor in terms of current I, then you will write F is equal to I into L cross B, because J into A, this will be equal to I. So I into L cross B. Since current is not a vector, so we write I into L vector cross B vector. You see, the J vector has been transferred to L vector. So you can write F is equal to I into L cross B. L is a vector of magnitude L, that is the length of the rod. Current I is not a vector. You remember this magnetic field B, it is the external magnetic field. This field B is the external magnetic field. It is not the magnetic field produced by the current carrying rod. For a wire having arbitrary shape, you divide the wire into small segments. So you have a collection of linear strips of wire. Suppose there are J number of strips, and dLj is the current through jth linear strip. Then what will be the Lorentz force or the magnetic force on the wire having arbitrary shape? F will be equal to summed over J I into dLj cross B. Here dLj will be a vector, so dLj vector cross B vector. This summation sign can be converted into an integration in most cases. Now let us some problems on magnetic force due to a current carrying conductor. A straight wire of mass 200 gram and length 1.5 meter carries a current of 2 ampere. It is suspended in mid-air by a uniform horizontal magnetic field B. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field? You see in this figure, this is a wire whose mass is 200 gram and length is equal to 1.5 meter. This wire is suspended in free air due to the magnetic field. The weight of the wire is in the downward direction, and the force due to the magnetic force due to the current carrying conductor, it is in upward direction. That is why the wire is suspended in free air. In this figure, it is given that the magnetic field is horizontal. Here, cross means the magnetic field is along the y direction and it is away from you, and the direction of the current is along the x direction. So direction of current is along x and direction of magnetic field is along y. So the direction of the force will be along the thumb, that is upward. Okay. Remember, in xy plane when you use the dot and cross notation, cross means outward and dot means inward. Similarly, vertically when you denote dot and cross, vertically dot means outward and cross means inward. Since the wire is suspended in free air, weight mg is equal to I into L cross B, that is LB sin theta. Theta here is equal to 90 degree. So I into LB. So B will be equal to mg divided by IL. So if you put the value of M, G and I and L, you will get B is equal to 0.65 Tesla. And I have told you the value of the Earth's magnetic field is nearly 3.6 or 4 into 10 to the minus 5 Tesla. So this value of magnetic field is very high in comparison to the magnetic field of Earth. So magnetic field of Earth can be neglected in comparison to this. Let us work out another problem. If the magnetic field is parallel to the positive y-axis and the charge particle is moving along the positive x-axis as shown in this figure, which way would the Lorentz force be for an electron which is negative charge and for a proton which is positive charge? It is given that the magnetic field is along positive y-axis. The cross symbol gives the direction of the magnetic field, and its cross means away, this direction. This is the direction of the magnetic field and this is the direction of the velocity. If we apply right hand thumb rule or screw rule, the direction of force will be along the z axis, and for positive charge the direction of force will be along the positive z axis, and for the negative charge the direction of force will be along the negative z axis. So for electron the direction of force will be in the negative z axis, and for proton the direction of force will be in the positive z axis.